How do, folks? I'm stopped at a place called Culshag Bothy, I think it is, and me and Lee are on the way up Merrick. It's been a massive drive to get here. We left home about 7 this morning, and with a couple of stops and that we got here about 12. We parked at the head of Glen Truel and we're kind of just following the main path up Merrick. The weather is not quite as good as I was hoping for. It's very grey, bits of drizzle in the air. It is supposed to get better this afternoon and this evening, but then tomorrow it closes in again, so after tonight I think we need to get off the top pretty early in the morning. Lee is bivvying. Don't know what he's thinking really. Just hope the weather's fine for him. Wimberries are out. I'm going to pick a few. I haven't done much to camera really. It's been drizzly on and off. I didn't want to get things wet. So we're currently on the way up Ben Yellery. And the cloud is sort of dropping, lifting, dropping, lifting. I think by the summit of here we're going to be in it. Check the forecast again. It is looking to improve. Late afternoon, early evening still. But at the moment I'm not wholly convinced. We've just done Ben Yellery and it was thick we missed up there, but we're now on the wonderfully named Neve of the Spit. There's nowhere better than Galloway for place names. Lee's gone on ahead. We are getting some sort of semblance of clarity here, so we'll just see how it goes. Mighty Merrick.
Surprising what people can do, I suppose, if you just keep on plodding.
Yeah. Oh. That's my gate as this be. This is Loch Enoch. And what an intricate outline it has. I'd love to explore that sometime. You can see little sandy beaches on it as well. Two massive ravens here. I think the scavengers. Fallen in love with the Galloway Hills. The sun's come out, everything's cleared, the views have opened, and the landscape. Sorry Pennines, you're not a patch on this. I'm going to ditch the Pennines, just come to the Galloway Hills. I'm joking, of course, it's too far, but yeah, what a fantastic landscape. When we first came up here and the mists were down, it was cold, well, cold for the time of year. I ended up putting my gloves on up here, I could feel the end of my fingers. And then I zipped on my trouser legs to go with my shorts, my legs were cold, but Now it's cleared and there's a bit of brightness, it's not bad at all. I mean, it's not wall-to-wall blue sky, but yeah, it's much brighter. And out in the Irish Sea over there, you can see Ailsa Craig. I'm not totally au fait with the lie of the land up here, some of the main mountains. I can make out Corserine, I think, and Cairnsmore of Fleet. And there's another Cairnsmore further east. I think it's called Cairnsmore of Carspurn. I'm not really sure I can make that one out, although the mist is coming in again a little bit over there. Just going to have a look at Lee's bivouac situation. Oh, that's quite tidy, that, isn't it? I think personally I'd sooner be in a tent though. I'm sat here on one of these granite boulders that litter the plateau of the Merrick. And I had a look on Wikipedia before we came. They're a bit of a mystery. They're obviously glacial erratics, but they occur over 200 metres higher than the nearest granite outcrops, which obviously means that the ice must have carried them up 200 metres, which is a significant, I don't know, significant height for any sort of ice sheet or glacier to carry big boulders like this upwards. Quite an attractive rock as well, the Galloway granite. I think it's used quite a lot in building and gravestones. I'm just going to take a walk from the summit to this little spur called Little Spear. It's a nice little knoll.
In Belfast, they were just half a degree off, like really settling. But I think up here.
So we're on the top of Little Spear, and it gives you a really good perspective of the shadowy northern slopes of the Merrick. It's quite a dramatic cliff face really, and it drops down into a right base, a classic glaciated landscape. See all the features, moraines, linear scratches in the rocks and stuff. Oh, it's great for a student of glaciation. Nice little vantage point in its own right as well, this little spear. You could easily wild camp up here. Bit off the top, something totally different. I'm really taken with this mountain. It's got a lot of, what's the word? A lot of facets to it, a lot of interest. Literally about a quarter of an hour, 20 minutes after having my tea, the mist closed in again. And there goes Lee, crawling into his bivvy bag like a wild animal. I'm nice and snug in the tent. Right, it's just turned 10 to 9. Retreated to the tent now. Well, me and my tent, Lee in his bivvy bag. As quickly as the sun come out earlier, it's closed all in again, all at once. Like a wall of sea fret. You could see it advancing and blowing up the valleys and up the mountainside. Quite dramatic really, but with that has been a drop in temperatures. The wind sort of got up as well. No, it's been a fantastic day. When we left the car park and it were all muggy and low cloud and a bit damp and drizzly, it was worse than what the forecast said. And I was thinking, oh bloody hell, drove all this way. And not going to see out. Anyway, as we got to the top of the Merrick, it was thick mist. But when it shifted, what a transformation. What a fantastic mountain this is. It is absolutely brilliant. There's so much to it, so much of interest. The views, the geology, the landscape, the evidence for glaciation, the ravens flying about. There's some golden plover twirling around, a big flock. I really like this mountain. I touched upon this earlier, and Galloway is so famous for its peculiar place names. If you look on a map of Galloway, you'll see such strange names. I mean, the Merrick is part of a group of mountains called the Awful Hand Range, because the mountains, when you look at the topography, apparently look like the shape of a hand. I don't know what Merrick is, which finger, whether it's a thumb or something, I don't know. But there's other place names around here. I mentioned Neva the Spit earlier. We've got Rig of the Gloon, Rig of the Jarkness. That's my favourite one, I think. There's a hill round here, or a mountain called Curly Wee, Corserine. Weird names. I don't know what they mean. Well, I'd love to know what they mean. I'm curious about place names and stuff, and where they come from. Yeah, I'd really like to know where some of these come from up here, because they make no sense to me. Alright, it's nearly 10:30, and I won't be long get to bed. I'll probably put a podcast on and try and doze after that. That sometimes works for me when I'm struggling. The wind has really got up. Now, it didn't forecast this for during the night. It said tomorrow morning, about 9 o'clock, it potentially could gust to 40 mile an hour. And I was thinking we'd be long gone off the top by then. I am glad I brought the scarp. I weren't sure what tent to bring, but I thought if those gusts come early during the night, yeah, I want the security of this tent really. But yeah, it's definitely windier than I expected. Could be an earplug sort of night. Anyway, I'll see how I get on, and I'll speak to you again in the morning. Good night. Well, good morning. It's 5:25. It's been quite a wild night, really. Once again, I had the best night's sleep. I got a couple of hours early on, then I've tossed and turned from about, 2 o'clock maybe. But yeah, it's been windy. I heard the very first drop of rain about 3 o'clock, and then it rained. I won't say heavy rain, but it certainly rained. I've stuck my head outside the tent, and it's thick with mist. We were going to go back a different way than we came. We were going to drop down to Loch Enoch, which I really wanted to see, and then past the old Grey Man and Merrick, which is this interesting rock formation. But looking at the mist, I think the best course of action will be to just go back the way we came. I can't see Lee. I've stuck my head out, probably because of mist. I don't know what sort of a night he's had. I hope he's okay. So it'll be a quick pack down this morning. Probably not yet. I'll probably just loll about a bit longer, and then I'll be off the mountain. I'll speak to you before I get back to the car. I can't imagine there being much filming on the way down. It just looks too misty. And besides, like I said, going down the same way that we come up. So yeah, see you in a bit. It's 10 to 8, and we left the top of the Merrick at 6:30, and we're just above Culshag Bothy now. So conditions are a little bit clearer down here. It's still raining. The moor grinds right down over the tops, but not too far to Glentrool now. What a transformation in the weather. Just managed to get the tent away. It was blowing hard, so it was hard work doing that. Just managed to get the tent away in the rucksack, and it started to rain, so just in the nick of time. but I've really enjoyed this walk. I've loved the Merrick, I've loved the Galloway Hills. I'll definitely come back. Don't think it'd be like every month or anything. Maybe once, twice a year, be prepared to do the big drive to get here. I'm looking forward to getting back to the car now though, getting out of these wet things and getting on the road. Probably have a stop on way home as well, get something to eat. Maybe a coffee to wake me up a bit more. Anyway, one other thing before I go. I'd just like to say thank you to subscribers old and new. A few days ago I managed to break the 500 subscribers barrier. I'm pleased about that, so thank you very much. Right, that'll do for this one. Look after yourselves and I'll see you next time. Bye.